Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel English Literature. Today we are going to talk about Shakespeare's Macbeth, Act 2, Scene-3. Already there is knocking in the door of Macbeth's castle, and we know in the previous scene the climax, the murder of Duncan. Now after the murder of Duncan, this scene is very important for several reasons. Though people used to say that it is a comic relief, but it is a relief indeed, but not in the sense comic. Maybe those who are witnessing the scene as audience get some relief. But if we read through this read through this play, these scenes, we will find that whatever this Potter is saying, there is a link with Macbeth's life and Macbeth's action, and the play's theme is reflected through the Potter's speeches. Okay, so again Macbeth and Lady Macbeth are involved in this crime. They are not in their night dress. Lady Macbeth is imploring her husband to get dressed and wipe out the marks of blood. So they need time. They need time to get fresh and to change themselves into their night dress. And for that reason, they need time. So the significance of this scene is that the stage has to be prepared for the next scene. Number 2, the audience already know what has happened. The audience know that Duncan is murdered, and what is going to happen next. They are waiting. So this scene actually arouses the suspense in the mind of audience. The audience are waiting. And number 3, the Potter's humorous dialogue are just embedded with the serious threads and allusion. So not only it provides comic relief, but it also acts as a symbolic, from a symbolic point of view, that it embeds serious threads and allusion to this play. So this Potter scene is important from these several facts. Time to get dressed, and erase the blood. Number 2, to arouse the suspense. Number 3, comic relief, and also is from the symbolic perspective. Okay, now let's go to the Potter. Knocking within, enter a Potter. Here is a knocking indeed. If a man were Potter of Felgate, he should have old turning the key. What is meant? Old turning the key. Old turning the key means have plenty of key turning. So the Potter is saying that Potter is fancying that he is the Potter, the guard of Hellgate. He is the guard of Hellgate. And now wherever some person is coming to enter the hell, he has to unlock the gate for him. So there is again and again he has to screw the key to turn the key to open the gate. And now actually the Potter is guarding Macbeth's gate, the gate of Macbeth's castle, Inverness. And I have told you that there is a similarity between Inverness and Inferno. I feel like that Inverness, actually this name is actually synchronized in harmony with Inferno, and now Macbeth's castle has turned into a real Inferno after the murder of Duncan. So this hell gate is actually a symbolic representation of this hell. He is guarding this gate and as well as this gate. So Actually, the porter is guarding Hell Gate or Macbeth Gate. Both are same in this point. Knock, knock, knock. Who is there? In the name of Beelzebub. Okay. In the name of Beelzebub. Not in the name of God, but in the name of Beelzebub. Why? It is not in the name of God, because the porter is guarding not heaven's gate, but he is guarding the gate of hell. So not in the name of God, but name of the Beelzebub. Means Satan. Here is a farmer. So first of all we find the farmer. Farmer is coming to hell. Why? The farmer had hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. So what is the farmer's sin? The farmer hoards crops and he expects that he'll get more money when the price will rise, but unfortunately the price dropped and he loses everything and hangs himself. So he is a sinner. And now, just like the farmer, Macbeth also a sinner, because he also expects high from his life. Whatever he has get, he is not satisfied with that. He wants more. And for that vaulting ambition, he has to face the same fate as the farmer. Hang himself in the expectation of plenty. Come in time, have napkins enough about you. So you must take enough. Enough means what? Enough means enough. You must get enough napkins. Why? Because in the hell there is too much heat and you will sweat, so you must take with you enough napkins. Now another. Knock, knock. Who is there? In other devil's name? Faith. Here is the equivocator. So next come the equivocator. Who is equivocator? Who employs in deceptive speech to promote divine ends. So equivocator talks in double language. Now you find that equivocation is this theme of equivocation is also related to the theme of Macbeth. Sorry. Double meaning. Equivocator always speaks in double meaning, and this theme of equivocation runs throughout this play. Note down this. This theme of equivocation runs throughout the play. This may be reference to the Jesuit thinker. This equivocation, this reference to Jesuit thinker Henry Garnet, who wrote a treatise of equivocation. Okay. Now Macbeth is also an equivocator, because Macbeth also talks in double language, and the witches are also equivocator. So this theme of equivocation is parallel with the theme of Macbeth. Sword in both the scales, again either crime, either skull, who committed treason enough for God's sakes, yet could not equivocate to heaven. So how much he equivocate, he could not make his place to heaven, yet he could not justify himself in the eyes of heaven for his concealment of the truth. Okay, he has to go to hell. Oh, come in, equivocator, you are welcome here. Now knocking within. Knock, knock, who is there? Faith, here is an English tailor. Next come English tailor. Just keep in mind the serial who is coming one after another. The English tailor comes hither for stealing out of French hose. Why he has come here? He has come here because he has still clothes from a tight hose means a tight fitting breeches, a dress. He used to steal from this dress material. So that for that reason he has to come to hell. Now roast, come in tailor, here you may roast your goose. What does it mean, roast your goose? Goose means tailor's smooth iron. The word goose particular here means tailor's iron. Now roast your goose, this phrase means you can heat your smoothing iron here. So the hell is too hot, so you can come on tailor and you can heat your smoothing iron here. Again knocking within, knock, knock, never at quiet. What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. Now he is actually thinking in present condition. Till now the porter was in delirium due to wine. He was thinking he is in the hell gate and there is too much heat. But now he is thinking what is happening here, it is too much cold. Just for it is not like the hell gate, but this place is too cold for hell. It cannot be hell. It is I will devil porter it no further. I had thought to have laid in some all professions that go the primrose way to everlasting bonfire. Very important. So what he is saying? That I shall no longer function as a porter at the gate of hell. I have intended to have permitted entry to some persons belonging to all profession, but they have to go to hell. Why? Because they choose the primrose way. They choose the primrose way of success. Do you remember Macbeth's case? Lady Macbeth was afraid that maybe Macbeth will not choose the easiest way. What was the easiest way to get the kingship? The easiest way was to get the kingship was to kill the king. Kill the king and be the king. That was the easiest way. Now, whoever is taking this easiest path of pleasure, he has to go to this everlasting bonfire. And everlasting bonfire signifies the hellfire. Everlasting fire of hell. So who has chosen the path of primrose way, he has to face this bonfire. And Macbeth also chosen this easy path to become king, so he has to go to hell. Knocking within. Anon, anon, I pray you, remember the porter. The porter is saying, addressing the audience, please remember me. Opens the gate. Now actually he opens the gate after so much knocking and so much talking. He finally opens the gate for Macduff and Lennox. Macduff and Lennox have come to the king. Macduff, was it so late, friend? You went to bed? That you do lie so late? My friend, did you go to bed very late? That's why you are late in waking up? Porter, faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock. Truly, sir, we were carousing. What does it mean? We are carousing. Carousing means we are drinking. We were drinking till the second cock. Drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things. So, drink is a provoker of three things. If you drink, you will instigate to do three things. Macduff asked, what three things does drink specially provoke? So these three things are, Mary, sir, in the name of Mary, nose painting, sleep and urine. Nose painting means nose become red. Nose becomes red colored when a person is inebriated. Okay, when a person drinks too much, his nose became red. So these are the three things: nose painting, sleep and urine. That is the three things that is provoked by too much drinking. Now the porter talks about the effect of wine on sexual activities. It at the same time it provokes and unprovokes. It means that too much drinking at the same time it can arouse your sexual excitement, but at the same time it also decrease your capacity of sexual intercourse. So this part is actually just talking about these things, the influence of wine, the effect of wine on sexual desire. So this is something gross part. And now Macbeth and Porter is talking about wine. Finally, Macbeth, I believe drink gave thee the lie last night. Macbeth, I believe that too much drinking is the cause of your so much nonsense. Porter, that it did, sir. I have very throat on me. Almost choked. I drink so much that I almost choked me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think being too strong for him. Though he took up my legs sometime, it I made a shift to cast him. Here wine is personified, wine is glorified. That yes, it almost choked me. What? Drinking. But I was able to hit back. There is a fighting strategy, wrestling, fighting. Wrestling image is being here. That although it did show its strength in trying to overpower me like a wrestler who lifts his opponent to throw him down, I proved powerful too and managed to throw it up. Maybe he vomits, maybe. Anyway. These are all nonsense. Now after this comic relief part, we are going to the serious thing. So the audience is now eagerly waiting for the revealing of Duncan's murder. Macbeth, is thy master stirring? Is your master has awake? In the meantime, enter Macbeth. Our knocking has awaked him. Here he comes. Lennox, good morning. Good morrow, noble sir. Macbeth, good morrow both. Macbeth, is the king stirring? Is the king awake? Or the then? Not yet. Macbeth. Now Macbeth has gained his power, gained his confidence. But in the previous scene, when we find in Act 2, Scene 2, that Macbeth was totally lost, but now Macbeth is okay. Now he is ready to face the world after the crime. Macbeth, he did command me to call timely on him. That he commanded me to call him on time. The Duncan has ordered Macbeth so that Macbeth call him in time. I have almost slept the hour. I have almost allowed the hour to sleep. Means I am quite late. He wants to mean that he is late for his duty. Macbeth, I will bring you to him. I know this is a joyful travel to you, but yet it is one. I know that the travel you have taken in is a source of pleasure to you. Still it is a travel. Macbeth, the labor we delight in physics pain. The labor which is a source of pleasure takes away all the pain. This is the door. Macbeth, I will make so bold to cold. I shall take the liberty of going inside, for it is my limited service, because Duncan has ordered me to wake him up, so I am going there to call him. So now the audience are waiting with suspense, their hair pricking from their neck. Exit. So Macbeth exit for Duncan. Now Lennox and Macbeth is in the stage. Goes the king hence today? He is asking. Does this king leave this place today? Macbeth. He does. He did appoint so. He does. He did. So specify. Now Lennox is describing the weather. I have already told you that in previous scene that human action and nature go hand in hand in this play. And all this, whatever Lennox is describing, they are hints about the crime, that how much violent the nature actually appears when Duncan was murdered. The night has been unruly, means stormy. Where we lay our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamenting hard in the air, strange screams of death, and prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events. Now new hatched the woeful time. The obscure bird. Who is the obscure bird? Obscure bird means bird of darkness, and that obscure bird is referred to as owl. Clamored the lifelong night. Some say the earth was feverish and did sick. So there was disorderness, there was storm, and the time was lamenting. The whole earth was lamenting. Some people say that the earth was in a state of fever and shaken by the earthquake. The owl was screeching throughout the night, warning people, in terrible tones. Disastrous tumult and disorder occurs throughout the night. So these all happened because some heinous crime was happening at that time. Macbeth said it was a rough night. He has nothing to say more. Lennox, my young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it. Lennox is saying, during my brief experience of life, means how much life I have experienced in this earth, I cannot remember a night equal to this strange happening. Re-enter Macduff. Now Macduff has discovered the murder. Oh, horror, horror, horror. Tongue not heart cannot conceive nor name thee. So this is expressed. Finally the crime is expressed. Finally the crime is exposed. Oh, horror, horror, horror. Macbeth and Lennox. What's the matter? Macduff. Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Destruction has now done to its greatest work. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke open. Sacrilegious. Sacrilegious means unholy. Most unholy murder hath broke open. The Lord's anointed temple. What does it mean by Lord's anointed temple? The body of the king. It means the body of the king. Now here is a reference to the divine right theory. What is divine right theory? That Duncan's body, this body of king was Duncan's body, and according to divine rights theory, that king is appointed by God. King is appointed by God. So Lord's appointed temple, Lord is God, and Lord's anointed temple means the body of king, and stole thence the life of the building. Someone has stabbed the body of the monarch who was Lord's anointed, who was destined, who was approved by Lord, and now thus robbed the body of its life. Macbeth, what is it you say? Macbeth have to say something. What are you saying? The life? Lennox, mean you his majesty? Do you mean his majesty the king? Macduff, approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gargon. Do not bid me speak, see and then speak yourselves. Awake, awake. So Macduff is saying that you yourself approach the scene and you yourself vision that, you yourself watch the new Gorgon. What is Gorgon? Gorgon was a monster. The reference to mythology. Gorgon was a monster having a woman's shape. A woman, you can say a woman monster, and whoever looked at, it is said that whoever looked at her will turn to stone. Whoever looked at her was turned to stone. So the idea is here that the bloodied king, the murder of Duncan, after Duncan is lying on his bed with blood all around, this sight is so horrible that if you look at this sight, that's horrible murder, whoever will look at this, he will be turned to stone. It will paralyze him with shock. And exeunt Macbeth and Lennox. Awake, awake, ring the alarm bell, murder and treason. Banquo and Donalbain, Malcolm, awake. Now Macbeth is waking up everyone. Shake off thou downy sleep, just your gentle sleep. Shake off. Death's counterfeit. What is death's counterfeit? Counterfeit means imitation. Now sleep. If a person sleeps, he just look like a dead man. So sleep is the counterfeit of death. And look on death itself. Up, up and see the great doom's image. Up, up and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Banquo, as from your graves rise up. Means from your sleep. Actually, it is mean that from your sleep you rise up, not from your grave. Means deep sleep. And walk like spirits to countenance this horror. And like you just countenance this horror, ring the bell. Here it means spirits. Countenance means behold, watch. So get up from your beds and like the dead bodies who will rise from the graves on the doomsday and walking ghosts to behold this horror. Bell rings, enter Lady Macbeth. What is the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak, speak. So Lady Macbeth is asking, he wears her face and ready to face the world. What happened? She is asking that why this all people are calling through bell and all the sleepings are waking up. Why are you calling them? She is asking. Macbeth, oh gentle lady, it is not for you to hear what I can speak. And now when Macbeth is saying this, the audience are understanding what a dramatic irony is going on. We audience know that Macbeth is still now ignorant of the fact, but with all the audience and the reader know what is actually meant. Oh gentle lady, it is not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. If I say this again, it may have a fatal effect on you, and it is real. Really, it will happen in future that this Duncan's murder will have a fatal effect on Lady Macbeth. Enter Banquo. Oh Banquo, Banquo, our all master is murdered. Lady Macbeth. Oh alas, what in our house? Oh my God, a great sleep of tongue. How much bravery, how much precaution Lady Macbeth took, but he just mispronounced this word. Oh, in my house. So what is her concern is not that Duncan is murdered, but her concern is that it is happened in her house. So this is, and Banquo immediately catch too cruel anywhere, that it is cruel anywhere, not even if it happened anywhere. Actually in Lady Macbeth's mind it is going on that Duncan is murdered in their house, so maybe they may be the object of suspicion. So too cruel anywhere. Dear Macduff is just contracted in Duff. I prithee, contradict thyself. I prithee, I pray you that don't say this, that our king is dead. Contradict yourself, what you have said, and declare that no murder, and say it is not so, no murder has taken place. Re-enter Macbeth, Lennox with Ross. Macbeth, had I but died an hour before this chance, now flowery language is going on. I have lived a blessed time. If I had died 1 hour before this event, I could have claimed that I have lived a most happy life. So what Macbeth is saying. Now from this onward you will find that Macbeth is going on using long speeches and with flowery language. Macbeth is saying, why? Because Macbeth wants to hide his crime, and for hiding his crime he is using too much flowery language. If I died 1 hour before this event, I could have claimed that I have lived a most happy life. But it is not possible. I have outlived our king, and for this instant there is nothing serious in mortality. And because from this moment onward there will be nothing worthwhile in human life. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. Everything in this world has been reduced to only a trifle. Tomorrow, and tomorrow will never come. That was a serious, but now he is just pretending. The good name and grace are no more in this world. So it is referred to King Duncan. The wine of life is drawn. The wine of life has been taken away, and the mere lace is left this world to brag of. So Duncan's life is taken away, only the body is remain here. Enter Malcolm and Donalbain. What is amiss? What is wrong? Macbeth, you are and do not know. So Macbeth is again using flower language. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped, the very source of it stopped. Something has gone wrong with you, and yet you do not know it. How can they know? Actually, Macbeth is trying to turn the suspicion against them, against Malcolm and Donalbain. The source, the Lord of fountain of your blood is no more. But you are ignorant. Why? Maybe you have some connection with this murder. But Macduff is straightforward. Your royal father is murdered. He is just giving the information. There is no such flowery language. He feels there is no need of it. Sorry. Malcolm, oh, by whom? Lennox, those of his chamber, as it seemed. It seemed that the chamberlains who were guarding him, they had done it. Their hands and faces were badged with blood. So they were their daggers, and their daggers were also with blood, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them. So it is said that they are thinking that the guard has done it because they had the bloody weapon with them in their pillow. Macbeth, oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them. So what Macbeth is saying here? Macbeth is saying that he feels sorry because in a state of frenzy he has killed them. In a state of frenzy. Not in a state of frenzy. Actually, we know that Macbeth killed them with cold calculation. Because if the guards are interrogated, then the truth will come out. So to stop, they blame the guards and then kill the guards. So there will be no question, no more questions. But Macduff is very brilliant, not like Lennox. Macduff, wherefore did you so? Wherefore did you so? Why do you do so? So Macduff is now suspicious about Macbeth's action. Macduff asked Macbeth directly why he had killed them. So now Macbeth gives another ordinate dialogue. Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition, my violent love, he outturned the poser reason. So here Macbeth is justifying his rash action. Macbeth is saying that his fury is actually his love for Duncan. But actually we all know that Macbeth is trying to hide his crime, trying to erase the proofs. Those chamberlains were the proofs. If the chamberlains were alive, then it will be very easily Macbeth's plan will be dismissed. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin, means silver. Why the skin is silver? Because of the deathly pallor. Death has taken his life, so the skin is silver, laced with his golden blood. And his guest, one who loves a person so much, can describe in such a language. If we lose our near and dear ones, we can describe his death in such ordinate language. Is it possible? So this ordinate language, this too much talking, is proving his crime. Macduff is not talking in this way. They are shocked. But Macbeth is talking in an ordinate language, flowery language, exaggeration. And his gas stabs look like breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. They are the murderers steeped in the colours of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known? So Macbeth is justifying himself, that who could restrain himself. I saw the murderers stained all over with blood, and their daggers covered indecently with blood up to their hilts. How could anyone check himself? So anyone who loved Duncan cannot check himself. That way he cannot check himself. He loved Duncan so much, so he killed him. So easy explanation. But it is not so easy. Macduff is already suspecting Macbeth. Now Lady Macbeth find, oh my God, there is too much questioning will go on. Again, Macbeth may be questioned. So in the meantime, Lady Macbeth just help me hence ho. He just started fainting. When Macduff is going to question Macbeth again, so Lady Macbeth faints to stop further questioning. So everyone's attention will be go on Lady Macbeth, and they will for some time forget that. Macduff, look to the lady. Now take care of the lady. Malcolm, aside to Donovan. Why do you hold our tongues? Why are you keeping silent? That most may claim this argument for hours. We who have the greatest claim to participate in this discussion, our father is dead. So we have the claim to involve in this argument. But why are you silent? Donovan, aside to Malcolm. When everyone is busy with Lady Macbeth, they are talking. What should be spoken here? Where our fate hid in an auger hole, Meras and Caesar's laid away. What is the point of saying anything at this place, where death is hiding Agarhal. Agarhal means lurking in some teeny corner. So they can feel that they are in great danger. They are in great danger. Everyone is mostly Donalbain and Malcolm understand that the guards are not responsible. What does the guards do by killing Duncan? What is their profit? What is their instigation to kill Duncan? Nothing. So Malcolm and Donalbain do not believe the story concocted by Macbeth. They are now afraid. They were now feeling that they may be attacked and their lives are in danger. So let us flee from there. Our tears are not yet brewed. Means our tears are not yet matured. It means not ready to flow. Now there is no time to flow our tears or no time to show our sorrow. We have to flee. We have to flee from this place. For nor our strong sorrow and upon the foot of motion. Not has our deep grief yet begun to express itself in action. There is no need for action. Banquo, look to the lady. Now Lady Macbeth again, maybe this time he really faint. Who knows? Lady Macbeth is carried away. And when we have our naked frailties hid. When we have our naked frailties hid. Naked bodies. Naked frailties means naked bodies. All are in their nightgown. They are sleeping, they are just called from their sleep, so they are in their night dress. So they must get dressed properly. That suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. So Banquo is proposing that when we have clothed our naked and therefore weak bodies, which are now exposed to the night and are therefore uncomfortable, let us meet and discuss the most bloody action and investigate into it. Okay. To know it further means to investigate about it. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and hence against the undivulged pretense I fight. Undivulged pretense. I fight of treasonous malice. I am ready to fight against the yet undisclosed purpose of treacherous enemies. So Banquo is also suspecting there is something is going on. No one is believing that the Chamberlains has done it. Fears and scruples. Scruples means doubts. Everyone is in doubts. In the great hand of God I stand. I put myself in God's disposal. Great hand of God, I put myself in God's disposal. Against the undivulged means pretense. Undivulged pretense means undisclosed purpose. Undivulged pretense means undisclosed. I fight of treasonous malice. Of treasonous malice. Treasonous malice means treacherous enmity. Malice means enmity. So everyone is suspecting another person. No one is believing that is the work of the Chamberlains. So Banquo is also very serious here. Now Macduff, and so I do. Macduff is also serious about investigating the case and take necessary steps for the treasure. So all Macbeth, let's briefly put on manly readiness. Okay, let's go and Just clothe ourselves well and meet in the hall together. All well contented. Okay. Now exit all but Malcolm and Donalbain. Everyone go away except Malcolm and Donalbain. Now Malcolm and Donalbain suspect that the servants were not the murderers. They know that, and they decide to flee for their own safety because they believe that there is someone among this person who is the murderer. What will you do? Let's not concert with them. What will you do? Let us not consort with, means associate with them. They are not sure who is that murderer, but they know that there are someone among them. To sow an unfelt sorrow. Underline this. To sow an unfelt sorrow is an office. What does it mean? There's someone who is sowing the grief which actually he is not feeling. Sowing the grief which is not feeling actually. Who is the false man does easy? I will go to England. So Malcolm is going to England. Malcolm and Donalbain is feeling insecure. They feel that they will be the next victim. They know, they are sure that they will be the next victim. So there is no need to stay here. I am going to England. Donalbain to Ireland. So Donalbain is going to Ireland. Our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. So we are getting separated, but in this way we will be safe. Where we are, there is dagger in man's smile. So wonderful line. That here there is daggers in man's smile. People are smiling, but all are feigning. This smile is not actually. This is the treacherous smile, and there is dagger in man's smile. Wonderful line. The more closely related, the near in blood is the nearer bloody. The more closely related certain person are to us, the more likely they are to murder us. So our kinsman, our relatives, those who are close to our blood, ready to take our blood. And everything is going double-faced here. Here false man, unfelt sorrow, dagger in man's smile. So everything is here dubious. So just go away from here. Malcolm, this murderous shaft that sought, shaft means arrow, that is sought, hath not yet lighted, and our safest way. The murderous arrow that hath been fired has not yet descended, and the safest way is to avoid the aim. The arrow is thrown, but we have to flee from it, so that we are not get hurt by it. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave taking. There is no need to leave taking. No need to fuss about leave taking. No need to leave taking, telling someone that we are going here and we are going there. There is no need. Whatever they are thinking, let them think. But shift away. There is warrant in the theft which steals itself when there is no mercy left. So what does it mean? That when there is no mercy left in the hearts of people, to steal away is a justified kind of stealing. It means, write down, a man has a right to steal himself away from a place of danger. So when there is no mercy left in the heart of people, heart of people, so we are going away. It is a justified kind of going. There is no need to leave taking. So they just go away. So this scene ends with Duncan's sons fleeing to, one is fleeing to Ireland, Malcolm to England, Malcolm to Ireland, and Malcolm suspects that a kinsman did the murder because someone related to them would have the most causes to kill Duncan. Why? The Chamberlains has no cause to kill Duncan, but anyone who is kinsman, they has the cause to kill Duncan, because in that case they can be the king. So now in next chapter we will talk, there will be Act 2 Scene 4, and there is a scene of an old man. The near is blood, the nearer bloody. There is smile in people's, there is dagger in person's smile. In this scene we find so much beautiful lines here. Anyway, I am not going to repeat them again. Already it is too long. Okay, bye. Thank you.